Hello, welcome to my YouTube channel. This is MS Collection. If you're new to the channel, please do well to subscribe and turn on your notification bell so you get notified when I drop new videos. In today's video, we are going to be learning how to draft a corset, okay, with loops at the back. Yes, and before we proceed, I would just really like to tell us something very important. When drafting your corset, one thing you must not joke with is your measurement. Your measurement, like it's almost like everything. Once you get it wrong in the measurement, you're going to get it wrong all through. Okay, so because of that, I have a video on how to take your corset measurement properly. I'll be dropping the link at my description box so you can check it out before you proceed with this video. Okay, I'll see you at the cutting table. Okay, so for this corset, we'll be using a bust measurement of 38 inches, an under bust measurement of 32 inches, and a waist of 35 inches. Okay, and of course, the shoulder is 15 inches. Then for my vertical measurement, we'll be using a bust point of 11 inches, a half cord length of 14.5 inch, and a navel length of 18 inches. So for the armhole length, I've already gone ahead to do my calculation, which is the bust divided by 6 plus 1.5, and I got 7.3 inches, but I'll be bringing it up to 7.5 inches, okay? So let's go back to the drafting. And of course, the bust wideness, which is nipple to nipple measurement, is 8 inches divided by 2, that would be 4 inches. So I've gone ahead to mark the half inches at the beginning of the paper, at the top of the paper. So from that half inch, that's where I'll be taking my measurement from. Okay, so I have 7.5 inches for my armhole length, I have 11 inches for my bust point, I have 14.5 inches for my half cord, and I have 18 inches for my navel length. Okay, then the same thing, I will secure whatever I marked at that point is the same thing I'm marking here. So I'll secure a straight line. Now from this point, I'll be adding 1.5 inch allowance. For this corset, it's a drafting that will stop at the waist. Whatever length you want to give it, if it's a full blouse, whatever it is you want to give, you just continue. If you need allowance, add allowance. If you do not need, if you're going to attach something down, feel free. Okay, but I'm just going to stop this drafting at the waist. So I'll go ahead and secure my lines. Remember, I said that this pattern drafting is going to be simple. I've come up with a way to draft this pattern without having too many lines. Okay, so that's going to reduce the confusion. Okay, so I'll just label these lines. This is my chest line, the armhole length line becomes my chest line, then this is my bust point, this is my half cut, this is my waist, and this is the allowance as so. Okay, then the next thing I'll begin to do is to insert my horizontal measurement, starting with my shoulder. My shoulder is 15 inches, I divided by 2, that is 7.5 inches plus half inch allowance. The same thing I'm going to be doing on the chest line. My shoulder 7.5 inches, half inch allowance, and then I'll mark the line. Okay, I usually like to finish everything that concerns my shoulder before I proceed to other measurements. Okay, so I have it here 7.5. Then the next thing is to get half of that, and that is what I have here. Now at this point, I came out by half of an inch. That is at half of my armhole length. I came out by half of an inch, and I'm just going to be marking that curve as so. Yes. Now that is what I have there. Okay, immediately mark. I move over to my the rest of the measurements at my bust point, and all through I'm going to insert my bust wideness, which is 4 inches. Remember I said it was 8 inches divided by 2, that gave me 4 inches. So I'll just be marking these 4 inches all the way through. Okay, I'll just mark it since it's a straight line. I'll just secure it at 3 points and connect that straight line. This is well secured. Okay, now at my half cut downwards, I will go out by 1 inch on both sides. The same thing, I'll just take it down 1 inch on both sides, and I'll secure a straight line. There you go. Then I come up to my chest line. 1 inch, 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 Okay, now to my chest line, all I'm going to do is to go upwards by 1.5 inch. That is where I want my bra cup to begin from. You can decide to go up by 2 inches. That is fine. Going up by 1 inch, 2 inches, you're quite sure that you're not going to be having any cleavage exposed. Okay, so I came up by 1.5 inch, and I'm going to secure that as well. There you go. I'll just extend the line upwards 4 inches as well, and it goes up. Okay, now from the armhole downwards I went out by 1 inch on both sides, but from this point, from the new chest line I have, I'm just going to go out by 3/4 of an inch on both sides. That is less than 1 inch, just 3/4 of an inch on both sides. Okay, now just watch the way I'm going to connect these lines. All these lines are coming to connect to my bust point. Okay, now from this point I'll be connecting it to my bust point line, as so. The same thing I had here. Okay, so let me repeat it for this point. I want it to be more curvy as I have on the other side. So I'll bring it to this curve part. Yeah, and I have it as so. Okay, now the same thing this way. I'll be connecting it to this point as so. Yes, and there you go. This is what I have. Okay, now at my chest line, I will come in by 1/2 of an inch. You can come in by 1/4 of an inch. You can come in by 3/4 of an inch. But this place helps to determine the distance between the two bra cups at the center. Okay, so whatever style it is you want to make, you can just ascertain the much distance you need, and then you effect that at your chest line. Okay, now I'll just be connecting from this point to this 1/2 inch that I marked here, and it goes as so. Yeah, can you see that? Neatly marked out. Then from this point as well, I'll just connect it as well to this 1/2 inch that I came out by. There you go. Yes. Then the next thing I'm going to do at this armhole line, remember that for a female bust, the center bust is usually smaller than the side bust. Okay, that is the side of your bust is usually bigger than the center of your bust. Okay, so in order to do that, I'm going to come out here by 3/4 of an inch. If I come out by 1/2 of an inch, sometimes one, depending on the size of the bust. Okay, if it's somebody that is very busty, you can come out, you can add 1 inch, that is on that armhole line. For somebody who is not so busty, you can just make it 1/2 of an inch, but an average bust, 3/4 of an inch. Okay, so that is based on your client and your discretion. Okay, so I'm just going to connect now from this second line to that point as well, and there you have it. Now I'll connect from this point to this point. There you go. Now, our drafting, this is our backup, and it has been successfully drafted. Okay, yes. So, if you want to attach a yoke, you would want to use this. I'll be doing another corset video showing us how to, make a corset with a yoke. Okay, so but for this, it's just the corset without yoke. Then the next thing I go over to do is to impute my measurements. Okay, now, for my waist, I told us my waist is 35 inches divided by 4. I'll be getting 8 3/4, and that is what I've marked here. The same thing downwards, 8 3/4. Now, I'll replace, we went out here by 1 inch, the same 1 inch, that is 2 inches. I'll replace that 2 inches here as so. Okay, now from these 2 inches, I can impute whatever allowance I want. Let's say I want to use 1.5 inch allowance. I'll just go ahead. If I want to use 1 inch allowance, I'll go ahead and do the same. So let me just impute it for 1.5 inch allowance. There we have it. Okay, now for the under bust, um the same thing as well. The under bust is 32 inches, which is divided by 4 is going to give me 8 inches. I'm replacing 2 inches I took for the pattern drafting for the corset cup, and then 1.5 inches allowance. Now for the bust, remember at this bust point, what I lost is just 1.5 inches because I went out on 3/4 by both sides. So at this my bust measurements will be imputed at my chest length, at this armhole length. Okay, so that's what I'm going to do. The bust measurement is 38 inches divided by 4. That will be 9.5 inches. Then I'll replace one and a half that I used for the corset cup, and then 1.5 inch allowance. Okay, and I'll just go ahead and connect my lines. Yes. So you notice that this one is left out. That's not an issue. When you have the same measurements on two lines, you can just use the last one you have. Okay, and my corset is ready for the front piece. The front piece is ready. I'll just go ahead and show us how to mark out the back piece. Now, remember I said we are not using this upper part. So because of that, I did not bother marking out the neck or whatever it is we want at the neck area. I didn't bother about that. So I'll just cut it out quickly, and then we'll move over to the back piece. We must take note of for when making our corset pattern is labeling. Now, before I bring out all the parts, I like to label each part because trust me, without labeling, when you cut out the material, you can be confused for which part is which. Okay. Now, this part is going to join with this part. These are center piece. This is going to join with this. Okay. So I'll mark it as whatever you want to name it. I'll call it the center joint. So I'll mark it as CJ. Okay. So this is CJ and this is CJ. So whenever I see CJ, I know CJ is going to join with this. Okay. So I bring it out. I'm bringing out this 1/2 inch, and this is secured. Now take note that I did not fold my pattern paper into two. When I place this pattern and I cut it on my material, you will see what it looks like. Okay. So this pattern paper is not folded into two. Okay, we are at another place. This is another join. This this is a half of the cup, one side of the cup, the other side of another cup, and they're going to meet at this point. So what do we call it? Let's call it CJ1. That is or CJ2. Yes, let's call it CJ2. Okay, since we have here CJ, then let's call here CJ2. I have CJ2 here, and I have CJ2. Okay, yes. Then I bring it out. This part is out. We have another joining here. This is the side, so I'll call it SJ, and this is another side. I'll call this SJ because this is going to join to this side. Yes. That way, trust me, you're not going to get confused. Yes, there we go. And then just cut off this straight line. Yeah. We're not making use of this, so we'll keep this aside. And then this is what we have. Okay. So we have the center join. So, and then we have the back up. Okay, I'll just pin it and show what it looks like. So I've gone ahead to join it. Now because I didn't fold my paper into two, this is just one side. Okay, and maybe it was folded into two, you'd see the same thing here on the other side, but this is what we have. Okay, this is joined to this, and then this comes in. Okay, so for our back piece, like I like this is a very simple way of getting back piece. Remember I told us earlier that I'll be using loops at the back. Okay. Now when I'm making corset loops at the back, I usually like to begin my loops eliminating 4 inches on both sides. That's like eliminating the bust wideness. I eliminate it totally from the back. And doing that, it helps me to avoid any dart issues, any dart at the back. Okay, I just have my side pieces and then the corset loops coming at the center fold, and I think it looks so beautiful and very simple that way. So because of that, I'll be using my front pattern. Very simple. I'll just be using my front pattern to secure that. Okay, you can imagine how simple and stress-free this is. Okay, I'll just mark the same shape I had for this side piece. This is the side piece of my front pattern. There you go. And our side piece is ready. Or rather, our back piece is ready. Okay, so it depends. If you want the back to be straight, fine. If you want it to have a little maybe curve at the back, fine. Why not? You can just maybe curve it in by 1 inch if you want, or leave it straight. Just cut it straight as it is. Whatever you want, the decision is yours to make. Yeah. Can you see? That's this. Just straighten out this line. Yeah. Okay, so our back piece is ready. It's that simple. Note that because the remaining 4 inches will be for the corset loops. When I'm cutting this back piece on my fabric, I'll be adding all the necessary allowances I need for the joinings, and then I bring it out and sew and sew. Please do not forget to cut extending the line, okay? And then I can just from this point just cut in. And there you have it. My back piece is ready. Remember I said you want it straight, why not? I'm done with this corset drafting pattern. I hope you enjoyed it. I hope you understood it. It is very simple. No, the lines are not much. The work is reduced. Okay, please like this video. Do not forget to share. And of course, if you have any questions, drop them in the comment section. I'll attend to them. Do not forget to hit the subscribe button. And if you have not turned on your notification bell, I wonder why. You do not want to miss my videos when I drop them. Okay, so do not forget to do that. Thank you for watching. I'll see you in my next video. Bye.